So today on this YouTube channel doesn't have a name, we're going to talk about what's in my pack. Just because I've been riding for a little while now, and this isn't a review on the pack, but I carry the bare essentials, or what I think is the bare essentials. So I'll start with the outside, we'll go on the inside, what I carry, why I carry it, and hopefully it'll help you make decisions on what you should carry yourself. This is an Evoc 3LR. It is just barely big enough to do what I need to do, but it works. I'll start out here. I carry this Crank Brothers. I think it's a 19. It's been fine. It fits in that little pocket just fine. I haven't had any issues with this at all. I'm sure there's lighter options out there, but it fits in that little pocket. And it fits in there with a Leatherman. This thing is super handy to have. Like, the pliers themselves are really handy, and then obviously it's got a knife and a file and some scissors and a can opener and a little saw, random stuff. I carry tweezers because I live in the Southwest. Most of the people watching this will probably agree that that is something that you absolutely should carry. I don't carry a comb because the pliers will do what a comb needs to do, and I have fingers too. I don't know. I use this attachment system. It works pretty good. The little lip around here holds this magnet in pretty good. You can get that on Amazon. I modified this pack. I sewed that little piece of guy on there so it will pull it this way and it won't come undone. It actually stays pretty attached pretty good. So I don't carry a pump, but I carry CO2. This is a little 16 that I've had forever, a box of them actually, and I use the threaded ones because I feel like they take up less space. This head in particular is pretty small, it works pretty good. And I also carry one of these $30 Turbo Lito tubes. This is a 29er tube. I have 27.5 too, but like, I think it would work all right to get me out of the trail. I've been carrying it for a while and I haven't had any need for it yet. Yeah, I just don't really put tubes in tires, like hardly ever, really super rare. So yeah, there's that. That's all that's in there. This side's my food pouch. I carry snacks in here, so easy to grab. I don't have to take my pack off when we stop. I carry this guy here. This is just like a bracelet you can buy at Walmart for probably $5, not even that. And I carry it more for the cord. I can just cut this cord out, and these are just overhand knots that are in there, so it's not tight, and I can use this cord for whatever I need to do. I haven't never come across a situation where I needed it, but it doesn't really weigh much, and so it just lives there on my pack. You never know. I mean, it could act as a tourniquet if I really needed to in an emergency, you know, between the knife cutting into that thing and just doing an untying a couple of knots. I would pretty much have what I needed to do. I added these little buckles on here. I use these little straps to carry like my jackets. If I get hot on a ride, I can just strap it to this pack because this pack doesn't have anything. If there's one thing I wish this pack had, was something like this that I added to it. Some packs, like my Osprey, carries it down here in the bottom, and I think it's too low. So then my jacket like buzzes the tire. So I did the same modification on my Osprey hip pack. Now Osprey holds more gear, so if I go on longer trips, I use that. Let's break out into the inside. In here is just water. That's all I carry, is the water bladder that's in there. So in here I've got my one of those. It's got a glove. It's got like baby wipes, and it's got an extra plastic bag in there. I don't pack out my poop, but I'll pack out these wipes. So I'll do my business. The glove and the used wipes go in this separate plastic bag that's in there, and then it goes back in my kit and back in my pack, and that goes with me. It's pretty rare that that thing gets opened up, but I actually loan it out more than I use it myself. It's kind of funny. These are some pretty long zip ties. They're coming super handy. Every once in a while I'll replace these because they get a little brittle over time, especially where I live, where it's like super dry. Sunscreen. This is like a mini medical kit. It's super simple. I've got like a non-stick gauze in there, and then some Band-Aid and some sutures and a couple of gloves. And if you've ever had a massive tire failure or something like that and you got to work on it, like just having some paper towels to like wipe your hands off the sealant that it gets all over. I also carry a glove just in case, like if it's super messy, I'll put on this big old fat glove, and that'll help keep my hand a little cleaner. And I do travel with my dog, so I carry a little bag for her. And I'll pack this out, but like if we're out in the middle of the nowhere and she poops, I'm not picking it up. I'm gonna flick it off into the desert, and it's gonna decompose in about 3 days. It'll turn to dust, and we don't have a little plastic bag that'll last 1,000 years in a landfill or whatever it is. When this water bladder is full, it's like a balloon in there, so I keep like the center has less equipment in it because it gets all super poofed out. But this is my tire kit. I've got a big fat guy there from like a car tire, and then I've got the 4 smaller ones. These are ones that are like bigger than the tiny little bacons, but you can actually just cut these in half. You just pull them apart, and then you've got tiny little bacons. I find that the little screwdriver that comes with the Innovative products or whatever, I think it's the same company as Slime, is a little chintzy, and the hole's a little bit like doesn't carry these bigger ones. So I bought this kit, and this thing's solid aluminum. I might put it in my drill press and like bore a hole through the center of it because it's kind of heavy, but I'm not a weight weenie, I don't care. This is an extra cleat, bolt. I don't even know why I carry this really, because I have my pliers. I'll just take that out. So yeah, there's that. And then I don't carry a pump, so I bought a box of these, and they're 25 grammers. They're pretty big. If you have a massive failure, you'll find that like even a 20 won't fill up a 29-inch tire up to significant pressure. I feel like a 20 gram will do maybe 20 psi on a 29-inch tire. So this is what I use in place of a pump. If I just need a squirt of air, then this is on the outside of the pack. I can basically just reach back there and grab it. And then if I have catastrophic failure that I'm busting this stuff out, then I've got some spares. I hardly ever get into these. This is a cool little tool I picked up by Wolftooth. I ride 11 and 12 speed, so I carry extra chain links on both. And then obviously if I need to work on the chain, there's that. And it's a tire leveler built in too. And I just used this the other day because I broke a wheel like a dummy. I have broken a stem on the trail before. Craziest thing was a rock flipped up, snapped that dude right off, and I walked out because I didn't have one of these. So I carry one of these. I do carry a couple of those because if they get clogged up, it's really lame. If I leave my dust caps on, I do find that the valve stems do not clog up nearly as fast. So for those of you that don't ever put these back on, I highly recommend putting them back on because it just keeps the dirt out of the stem. Even if it's closed, like here's one right here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but where this thing closes at is at the very bottom. So even if it's closed, when you tighten this thing up, dust and dirt gets down in the valve, and then that's what clogs it up, and you're replacing these things. After I started putting my caps back on, I hardly ever go through these things. It seems like I was buying a bulk at some point. And I carry a little piece of 12 speed and 11 speed chain in case I need a little bit of extra chain. And oh, there's another little piece in there that I carry too. This is for my Wolftooth dropper, the lever. If I were to like snap the lever off, this is like a breakaway point. You can buy this from Wolftooth. It's a couple bucks. So that way I can fix my lever on the trail. I broke this off on a bike at a bike park, and I carry a backup in my toolbox that I go when I go out of town. But like now I have this for if I'm on the trail. You know, riding without a dropper sucks. So yeah, that's a nice little thing to have on that. And then on the other side, these are a couple of dropouts. One's for the Reckoning and one's for the e-bike. I don't carry a Dropout for my hardtail because it's actually like super beefy and kind of big. So I don't carry one for that bike. Duct tape, Gorilla Tape, wrapped up around 2 ounces of sealant. There's orange seal in there, knot stands. This is a cool little thing. I don't even know if they make these anymore, but like if all my dropper posts are SRAM, and I use those because I can rebuild them myself, and I've had really good luck with them. The B2s and the C1 is what I have. So this is the same diameter as, if for some reason it were to fail, you clamp this around your lower stanchion and it's the same diameter. So that way you can ride out of there without a squishy post. Kind of cool. So yeah, that's the stuff that I carry. This, man, it looks chewed up, but this is just to basically hold the Band-Aids on. Like that gauze, if you like gash your shin or gash your knee or something like that. This is like that self-adhering ace bandage, I guess you could call it. This thing's been in there so long that I haven't had to use it. Like, but can't even find the end of it. It's probably right there. But anyway, it's that stuff, like if you ever give blood or whatever and they wrap that stuff around your elbow to keep the bandage on, that's what this is. Super cool. Like super stretchy, sticks to itself. It just is really handy in like keeping the mess down. So yeah, that's it. That's what I carry on my pack like 99% of the time. I've got a bigger pack if I go on longer rides that I might carry some more stuff. If I'm going on like a really big ride, like backcountry, I actually have a backpack, and I hate riding with backpacks, but I have a backpack, and that way I can carry like my full medi kit. I got a little lightweight hiking medi kit, you know, a bike pump and like a regular tube, and like I carry a lot more equipment just in case, but all of this stuff basically is duplicated in my other packs. Like that way this pack always stays the same. Like I don't have 2 of these and I don't have 2 of these, but like pretty much everything else in some form or fashion is kind of duplicated that I keep it between the other 2 packs. And that way this one's like always ready to rock and roll. Yeah, so anyway, I hope this helps anybody that has any questions on stuff that you might consider carrying. Stuff that I've used in the past makes it into the pack. I just use this, and I just use some of this because I broke a wheel like a dummy. I've broken one of these, obviously a tube. I've added sealant. Sometimes I add sealant to other people's bikes. I got plug kits of all different sizes. I haven't had to put a tube in for so long because I keep stuffing plugs in it until it basically seals the hole. And with the extra sealant, if you blow a bunch of sealant out, I carry a little bit of extra spares. So I hope this helps out anybody that's looking for information about putting stuff in their pack. This works for me. If you live in the Pacific Northwest where everything's like super muddy and rooty, and you might need to carry different stuff than I do in the desert. Like you won't need tweezers, where tweezers are pretty much a go-to thing here. Carry what you think that you need, and then if you don't have it, make a mental note so you can add it to your pack later. YouTube channel with no name, out.